Well, welcome back, everyone, to the smartest year ever, our quest to become the world's greatest conversationalists. My name is Gordy, and I was just wondering, have you ever hammered the closed door button on an elevator to speed things up? Well, it probably did nothing. Give me 5 minutes. I bet you can work this into a conversation today. Also, like and subscribe so you can keep up. I do this every single day. I was at a crosswalk the other day, and I was lost in thought, and I was wondering, how do they time all these crosswalks? And how do they time all these lights? Would it benefit me to push them? If I could somehow get to the other end of the street, if the person across the street from me pushed it, and I pushed it, if both sides were pushed, would that speed things up? I don't know. But that got me thinking, we live in a world overrun by placebo buttons, which are controls that look real, feel responsive, but often do nothing at all. So it's was I wasting my time? And that term placebo button refers to a control mechanism that appears functional but has no actual effect. Many exist simply to give you the illusion of control. Let's talk elevators. Many closed door buttons in U.S. elevators don't work, especially those installed or modified since the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990, which requires doors to stay open long enough for people with mobility challenges to enter safely. As a result, the closed door button is often disabled, word choice, or rendered ineffective. Pressing it lights the button or gives feedback, but it doesn't actually speed the door's closure. And then there are those crosswalk push-to-cross buttons. In many cities, these no longer control anything. Traffic signal timing is automated or managed centrally. The buttons remain because removing them would cost a fortune, and people expect something to press while they wait. In New York City, for example, more than 2,000 of the city's walk buttons were found to be deactivated, even though pedestrians continue pressing them out of habit or belief. I like the ones that say, wait, 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 wait. Walk sign is on. Every time you push it, wait, wait. Boston has those. Everyone loves me when they're at a crosswalk with me. Wait, wait. Maybe if I press it 100 times, I'll hack the system and it'll turn. So why do we keep pressing them? It comes down to psychology. The illusion of control is a cognitive bias where humans overestimate their influence over events. When we push something, even if it doesn't change anything, we feel less passive. Psychologists argue that this sense of agency reduces stress and anxiety due to uncertainty. Studies and designers note that these buttons give people something to do while waiting, which helps them tolerate delays. Some argue that even if the button doesn't impact the system, it helps modulate mood and behavior. Of course, not all placebo buttons are permanently useless. In some systems, the button works only during off-peak hours or under certain conditions. Some elevator closed-door buttons activate only after the mandatory open period has elapsed. In rare cases, the button is functional but responds only for authorized users, like if you have a key or something. And even office thermostats sometimes fall into this category. In many large buildings, individual thermostats are disconnected from the central HVAC system. Workers may adjust knobs and hear clicks, but the real regulation happens elsewhere. The thermostat becomes another ergonomic placebo, satisfying to adjust but with negligible effect. I could see that working on me. I don't even have heating or cooling in my place, but whenever I check the thermometer, I feel warmer or colder just based on the number that I see. So there you have it. Next time you jab a crosswalk button or mash the closed door button, just remember that button doesn't always change the system, but it changes how you feel. Go check out my sources, which can be found in the YouTube description. Leave me a comment, rate, like, subscribe, follow, share this with someone. I really appreciate that. Hit that subscribe button because that helps me. That's not a placebo. Haha. Go check out the short version I do of all these, that 45-second condensed version. You can find me across social media for those, at Smartest Year Ever. That's how you find me. And in the meantime, stay curious and stay clever on our quest to become the world's greatest conversationalists. I'll see you tomorrow in the smartest year ever.